Bass drum rhythm for Sing Sing Sing. As you can see here, I'm not looking at the part for Sing 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 in its entirety. What we're looking at is a practice sheet that I put together when I was teaching myself how to play this part. And I put this together so I could practice the different tempo changes and get a feel for my goal in those tempo changes, which are these markings here of how many beats per minute that I thought they, from the start to finish. As you know, it finishes kind of frantically. And also, I wanted to go ahead and write the sticking in so I would remember, as I was learning it, to pretty much remember to do this, both of these first beats in the right hand. And the reason that this is important here is if you play this with both beats in the right hand, when you come to the repeat, it'll line up exactly the same, where your right hand will be ready to go again. If you played this right, left, right, left, right, left all the way through, then when you got here, you'd be starting that repeat on your left hand instead of on your right hand, meaning to get this committed to muscle memory, you'd have to memorize 4 measures instead of 2, because you'd be repeating the pattern in reverse hands. So you learn these 2 measures, practice these 2 measures over and over again, it'll get committed to muscle memory, and then you can start getting it speeded up. Now this is written as straight 8th notes, and if you were counting it the way it's shown right here, it would count 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and, which is not how this is played. So up here we have the designation that's used to mark a swing tune, which is telling you that 2 8th notes are played like a triplet, an 8th note triplet. And in that triplet, the first beat of the triplet is for the first 2 notes. So instead of 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, it's played 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 3, which is the rhythm you'll hear here as I count it out. I'm still going to count this with ands, 1 2 and 3 and 4, because it's how it's written, but with but the feel of it is in the swing rhythm. So the way this goes: 1 2 3 4, 1 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The accents here. If you find yourself in a situation where you're the only drummer on hand and it's up to you to play the rhythm, and you do not have this down well enough to play it at this speed when you get down here, you can cheat by just playing the accent notes and learning the rhythm of just the accent notes to start. Now, I would play all the notes here when we're moving slow, and if you can manage it at the second tempo, play all the notes. When you get to this third tempo, if you can't beat out this rhythm, hitting just those accent notes will make all the difference. Everyone will know where we are. So just the accents reads like this: 1 2 and 1 and 1 2 and 1 and. And that may not sound like much here, but when you get up to this upper speed where it's really flying, that's going to sound a lot tighter. So I can go now, and since I've got this still in a finale file, I can do a finale playback for you so you see how it sounds. In this file, I've added a measure of count off that's on like a cowbell, so that I have a sense of what this speed this rhythm is running before I start trying to play along. So let's do that now. bass drum for Sing Sing Sing. So here's what the sticking looks like for Sing Sing. When playing this fast, you can't really make those broader stick moves like I'm making here with a dum, dum, dum. You've got to play it in pretty tight. So the next speed up would be somewhere in the neighborhood of and then the final one would be something like this. I mentioned earlier in the tutorial that if you are not comfortable playing that rhythm up to speed when you get into the fast part, the band needs to go fast and frantic there. But if you can't do it, instead of taking the chance of driving the band losing it, you can play just the accented notes. And just the accented notes slowly sounds like this. So that doesn't seem like enough to hold it together. But when you're going really fast, when the band is doing the build up to the dun 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 dun, what that's gonna sound like then is Sing 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 for quads. I was asked when I was putting this together to show what it looked like to play that bass drum rhythm on the quads. And it might be that a quad player is the only one there at a gig to play it. So here's the way it looks. So that's probably about where the first tempo would lie. And as you speed up, you need to keep your hands closer to the drum and do more of the action in your fingers and in your wrists. So it would look more like this for probably the second speed up. And then for the final time, you're doing the same thing as far as keeping your hands close to the drum and giving your accents really more to the wrists. Okay, so that's how you would cover it in quads for the bass drum part. While we're on the subject, I'm going to go over the other rhythms that happen in Sing. And I'm not going to go over the sheet music in its entirety, but there are a handful of repeating rhythms here that if you just learn the 4 or so rhythms, you'll be able to play most of the song. First rhythm at A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. At B, the rhythm changes to this. Now you notice this cross sticking that's going on. It's actually marked in the music which hand to play those on. And why that's important is because that rhythm gets more complicated and faster further down in the song, where it'll change to at G, things get really complicated. The pattern at G looks like this. be counted triplet 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and triplet 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. The final rhythm here is played. The band is moving so fast, I've never bothered to learn that rhythm. What I've done instead is a super simplified thing, because this is where the band is going dun 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 dun. And what I have played for that just looks like this. Dun 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 dun. And that's triplets going down. It's important that you start on your left or on your right hand to do those triplets so that your stick is free to move to the next. Okay, then the final time through, it ends on a quarter note, so you're not playing triplets all the way down. You stop on the last one. So how it would be played, if I played the final, I believe it's I, all the way through, it would be dun 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 dun.